Bend by Kathy Moffet. She sat there on the blanket on the green knoll of Kilburn Park, watching the bends and the dips in the road. The family with two small boys, one of whom it looked like could have been Patrick when he was 6, had been gone for a half hour now. She had given them her picnic lunch with the roast beef sandwiches that Patrick liked so much, and had even given the young mother and father the bottle of chilled French wine with a year dating back a whole decade. She sat there now, watching the nearest bend approaching the hill, picking up her mystery book and putting it down without reading a word of it, waiting for Patrick to fly over that hill in the silver sports job he had purchased from the film option on his first published novel, and wondered if the glitter of the movie capital had seduced him, or some young starlet had turned his head, and he would not be making this rendezvous, as he had promised a few weeks back, or maybe had just plain forgotten. She rose to the sound of a car approaching, and it occurred to her that no car or truck had been by from that direction for well over an hour. As she walked to her own car, the other vehicle drove onto the park's graveled apron and stopped. It looked like a police car, though there was no badging on its gunmetal paint job. A young guy, in uniform but hatless, got out and said, "You don't want to go that way, miss." He pointed in the direction from which he came. There was a terrible accident. A semi and a sports car. What the hell a semi was doing on this road, I do not know. But the car must have tried to pass around it, and he did not finish. Was the car silver? She demanded to know. I couldn't tell what color it was after it hit the semi and lost control and went down the ravine. She went up in flames. It was not pretty. The car, I mean. The driver was a male, but don't ask me what he looked like after we hauled him out of his burned car. She braced herself against her car. Are you all right, miss? The young officer inquired with grave concern. Is there something the matter? I just haven't eaten, that's all. It seemed like such a beautiful day for a picnic, but it wasn't really. So I gave my picnic lunch to a young family here who looked like they had everything to live for. That was real nice of you, the young guy said. They'll probably never forget you or this day for your having done that. I do not think I will ever forget it either, was all she could think of saying. The knoll had seemed to flatten out like her spirits and her wounded heart as she got into her car to drive away from Kilburn Park for the final time for either of them.